Welcome back, everybody. Welcome if you are new. Today we're in the 358 Modifieds here at Williams Grove. Had an okay time in practice. Track's weirdly slicked in. Like, the bottom on the entrance is slick, and then the exits are pretty good. 3 and 4 is kind of slick throughout the whole bottom, but you still can run right along the wall. If you can do it right along there without hitting it, it's very close. Like, it's a fine line trying to run that. 1 and 2 is not that bad at all. You just have to manage the slickness going in. But hopefully we can have a pretty good lap here. Just have to turn down at the right time. I kind of like look for the end of the wall there, poking out the opposite side and try to aim for that. And then this, I kind of just aim for that wall right there. For the most part, I just kind of aim for that wall. Don't hit the wall. I hit the wall. Fuck. Hang on. I'm gonna restart that because that next lap's gonna suck too. At least I can get a run in with a new lap. That's all I tried. That's all I want to do. But dang it, I hate hitting that wall. I've hit that wall so many times in practice. Like trying to run right along the bottom. And I need to get a time in. Alright, they're running 5s. That's doable, I think. Because I was running 5s kind of consistently. I'm way too sideways there. That's not a good turn 1. My turn 1 on the first lap was much better. It was sketchier, but better. I'm gonna try to have a little bit wider approach, so I don't hit that wall, just so I can get a time. Time's probably gonna be in the 6s or 7s, I feel like, because it was not a good lap. 7s? Okay, yeah, I kind of figured that. It wasn't a good lap. If I could have had that first lap back, I think I could have gotten pole with that first lap. It felt decent for the way this track's slicked out. On a newer track, I was able to run a 20.845. It was like a mid-8. So time difference is completely like negated with how slick the track gets, and we'll see how slick it gets through the race. We still got one guy left to qualify, so I'll pick it up when we're getting ready to go green in the race. All right, well, that last guy went out there and got the pole. My guess is he was sitting there burning his fuel, is my guess. Don't 100% know, but he could have been sitting there burning the gas so the car's a little tighter instead of having the full load. Throwing the car around, which it's a strategy, I guess, but it's not for me. I hate doing that. It's just boring. But I think that first lap I could have gotten second with that lap, because I think it would have been a low 5, if not into the 4s. I don't think it would have been that quick into the 4s though. But we're starting way the hell back here in 10th place, so this is going to be quite interesting. Starting this far back, you could hear people just like revving their engine.
Wrong channel. Thank you.
You could hear people revving their engines trying to get rid of some fuel in their car. Everybody's readied up now. No cautions, 30 laps, Williams Grove. Turn 1's going to be terrifying with everybody going into it. So expect somebody to get punted there. Usually happens at Williams Grove, I feel like. I don't usually start this far back here at Williams Grove, so this is going to be interesting. I'm usually like the one worrying about getting punted, even though there's only one row behind me. I'm not that worried about it, because usually I have like multiple lanes behind me and everybody's overdriving it to try not to get hit from behind. With the one lane behind me, that guy won't be overdriving it too hard, I don't think, which I'm not going to be trying to overdrive it at all. I just want to run right in the middle, try to get a couple spots here off the restart, and see where we can go from there, and hopefully pick some people off, because I feel quick at this track. I love this track altogether. Like, it's probably one of my top 3 tracks on iRacing, at least on dirt, because it's definitely Knoxville. Williams Grove's in the top 3. I just don't know where. So I'm trying to think of what else to run with that I like to run at a lot. Knoxville's definitely number 1. Williams Grove's a ton of fun unless you get a bunch of cautions, but with a full green race like this, it gets a lot of fun. I've had some great finishes here, some great racing. Some people will probably yell at me saying Eldora, but I don't enjoy Eldora as much as I do some other tracks, because you just literally have to run right along the wall to be super fast for the most part, and that's just not. I like having multiple lanes. Yes, you kind of have multiple lanes in 3 and 4, but 1 and 2 is just so skewed. Leaders are going. Yeah, we got a lot of room behind us. And the 11 car sent it. Wow, okay. Literally, there's 2 guys behind us, and one of them sent it. Like, I'm sitting back, just trying to focus on everyone in front, trying not to do that, and watch for anybody hitting those walls. They're almost 3 wide, okay, they got 2 wide. I'm gonna try to run the bottom because I know it's quick. And see if I can get up some spots. Surprised we got through the first lap with nobody getting sent around. It's actually a miracle, I feel like. I nearly did in turn 1. Yeah, I'll use a little bit of brake if I'm running on the bottom on the inside of somebody to try not to drift up and just try to keep the car straight. Ooh, they hit that wall. That hurt.
Outside.
Got into the guy on the outside a little bit, but everybody was like on the brakes there. Because the, what was it, 9 car? Oh, Jesus, 9 car, where are you going?
Sorry, guy or that car on the outside got it.
No, they did. Unless the 12 did, I couldn't see.
Good,
I couldn't see, to be honest. It looked like
the. It was 3 wide there.
It looked like the 9 car just came down, but they could have gotten hooked together a little bit. Because sometimes the physics in this game, you guys get hooked and it just goes straight down. Yeah, the 9 car hit that. That's what kind of started it all, for the most part. The 9 car wouldn't hit that opening, and I don't think a lot of that would happen, probably. Everybody's running up top. I want to try to make this bottom work without smacking the damn wall. They get a huge run down the straightaways, though, is the main thing. Oh, dang it. That's what I'm worried about. I don't want to damage my front left too bad. I hit the wall a decent amount in practice, and I never got the meatball flag. So I'd be surprised if I end up getting one in this race, even hitting it a few times. Because I've hit that thing a decent amount. The outside in 3 and 4 might be just better. 1 and 2, I know you can make the bottom work. You just have to be right along it. Because you can gain so much time for people sliding up. 3 car up there for the lead, they go low, trying to get under the leader, even though he's been running the low side the whole time. This track was just so oddly slipped off, like just in the beginning of the corner in 1 and 2, and then kind of through most of 3 and 4, I'd say. Like just on the low side. But I think I can make like that middle lane work pretty good. They still get a good amount of momentum off the top. But I know I'm making time up on the bottom, like I can see it. At least in the guy in front of me. And everybody else not as much. 3 car really fell back, wow. He was in 2nd, now he's all the way back to 4th. I'm not making up spots like I'd want to. Think I'll be on the inside of this guy? Barely, but he'll pull off on the straightaway. I think next lap I should be able to get on the inside of him. If I can stay right with him here. And I actually have a good 1 and 2. 20 more laps. These laps don't go by as quick because kind of a long racetrack on the straightaways. It's like a dirt Martinsville. I about said Bristol, but there is a dirt Bristol. This place is a lot like Martinsville. Like just shaped like that, not the way it drives, for the most part. Leader's really making the bottom work on both ends, it looks like. Because he's kind of pulling away. I think the guy in front of me saw the same thing. Don't know if he knows how to run it as well. About ran to the back of him. But I feel pretty confident running down here. And if a lot more people try to run down here, they might hit the wall. Because I really just like let it drift into the corner a little bit. I just let off the gas, barely tap the brake if needed. It's all just kind of by feel, because I've done it a decent amount. I tapped the gas there because I was about to hit that wall. Don't know if he realizes I'm on his inside. Got him to go back outside at least. I don't have anybody blocking my view. Hopefully he saw how much of a run he gets there on 1 and off of 4 and stays on the high side. You can see I kind of stay more side by side with him off of 2, but off of 4 they get such a run. I don't have like a perfect 3 and 4. I was kind of too sideways there. They're gonna beat me to the line every time.
Clear, clear, clear. Clear outside.
Almost hit that wall. I was scared about that one. I had to just keep turning it a little bit though.
Clear, clear.
I know the bottom's fast, I just have to run it right, and I can't slide up into this guy. That's the hard part, is I don't have the room to come up off the corner, so that's costing me some speed down the straightaway too. I don't have that problem in 1 and 2 because you want to be right along that wall, just coming straight off of it.
Clear outside.
3 and 4 is a lot harder because this wall sticks out really bad, and it's very slick down here. That was a better 3 and 4.
Still there.
This place is starting to get so dusty.
You're outside if you want it.
That was a really good 1 and 2. I actually cleared him off that one. He was probably surprised I went to the bottom, to be honest. He probably thought I was going to go on the high side. I need to have that 1 and 2 that I did last lap, though, every lap, if I have any chance of catching these guys. Like, I literally have to run this like the leader is to catch these guys. Let alone get around them. That's a different thing. This place is so dusty. Holy crap. Ball? Nope. I hit the brakes enough to kind of slide the car around it. Guy behind me is just trying really hard now, getting too high off of 2. He's losing a ton of time off of 2 now. It's just so hard to make up ground in these things. You really need to keep the momentum for the most part in these. 10 more laps. I just don't want to run in that like train up top for the most part. I know 3 and 4 is more useful up top. But I'm not as good up top at Williams Grove as I am on the bottom. Because that's where I screwed up in a, what was it? I think the World of Outlaws sprint cars. I tried here. I think it was either the World of Outlaws or the 305s, one or the other. And we were running straight on the outside wall in 3 and 4. I screwed up, smacked it, wrecked myself and somebody else. Well, he kind of got into me. I don't think we really wrecked. No caution ever came out. Yeah, it definitely was the World of Outlaws, because there was cautions in it. 305s don't have any. I'm starting to make up ground slowly on these guys. I'm just not going to have enough laps. That's the main thing. I'm not going to have laps to get up there. 5 car got in the wall a little bit, it looks like. These guys could get side by side or start throwing sliders or something. I might be able to catch them. But sliders at this track aren't the best idea. You could have some really good side-by-side racing though. Kind of like the 7 and I did. But you could do that all through the field. Like, I've had some really close finishes. I've had like, oh damn it, wall. I've had a .027 finish in a limited late model here, side by side, for like the last couple laps. I was in first the most of the race, I think the entire race until the last lap, or the last 2 laps where I think he led the lap. Because he was able to make the bottom work. 6 car got in the wall. 12 car took advantage of that big time. He threw, oh no, he didn't throw a slider. I thought he threw a slider on the 5. It looked like he went to the outside. I think the 5 just kept his momentum, stayed on the outside. 12 throws a slider there. Yeah, it's going to start slowing these guys down if they start throwing sliders. God, the leader's still just ripping it along the bottom. I'm just not doing it as well. Or as well as I need to, at least. I hope these guys get into each other a little bit. There's 3 spots in front of me that could happen. One guy gets in the wall, I could stack up all 3 of them. You never know what could happen. Got 3 laps left. I do enjoy this track though, because it does get very wide, like a Knoxville. That's why I enjoy Knoxville a lot. It gets super wide. You can make the very top work. You can make the bottom work if you run it perfect.
Here we go.
Dang, 6 really got by him like that. Kind of hoping the 6 would hit that inside wall, go out, hit the 5. Something. I'm praying here. See if anybody tries too hard off of 4. Oh, we got one more lap. I was thinking that was the last lap. 6 really cleared him there. 5's gonna go underneath him. He hasn't really ran the bottom all race. 6 car ran really well up there. 5 car has an awful entrance. Might have a shot here. Nope, not quite. Good race. That was a tough field. I messed up in qualifying and put myself in that position because I could have ran with the top 3 for like most of the race.
Full send zone.
I just I didn't have the track position, which really sucked. 'Cause I made up 3 spots all race. It's just so hard to make up any positions. But let's go back.
Hey, you
very
can
beginning.
protest all you want, but I did not mean to do that.
11 car in the
I stopped
9.
my brakes and started the inside.
11 car sent it into me first corner.
But you
Nearly
need
took
to do
me
whatever
out.
you want to do. I did not mean to do that.
But he sent it into me, about took me out. I just was running higher, watching for all this happening. I want to go up to the 9 because he ended up getting in that outside wall, which really caused a stack up back there. Because what lap was it that he did that? I'm not 100% sure. And he said that the car on the outside pushed him down, but it looked like to me, him and I think it was the 8, they just got caught together and went both down the track. It looked like they both just went down the track to me. Like they got hooked together and it just started pushing him to the left. So maybe he thought somebody hit him from the right if he was just pulling him to the left. That's a thought maybe. But yeah, the leader, he was just running the bottom the whole race. Like, he made that bottom work, didn't hit the wall right there. He got a little too high. Caused a huge stack up. Surprisingly, none of us wrecked. I barely tapped the 7, but we had... Did he get into him? Oh, I think the 9 car actually ran into the 12 barely. 12 could have been a little higher for sure, but 9 car was coming up off the corner. 12 was staying straight, and probably didn't expect that. But his tire was barely there, tapped him. Hit the 8 down the track as well. Blew both of them up a ton. It took me forever to get by this 7 car. Where did I start actually getting to the inside of them? About lap 15. And it took about probably 10 laps to actually get by them. I could get some good runs off of 2. It was just 3 and 4. They have more momentum because the walls are so much closer in 3 and 4. That's why the outside works so much better, in my opinion. In 3 and 4 at least. I can get a good run down there, and he just gets so much momentum off the corner. He'll beat me to the line every time if we're side by side, coming off of 4. At least in these. I nearly hit the wall there. That was terrifying. So I had a bad 1 and 2. I think I had a decent 3 and 4 here, didn't I? Or did I just lose all my ground at once? I'm not sure. No, I had a good 3 and 4. Got back to where I would have been probably anyways. Because I was able to actually be on the outside by the wall coming into the corner. That's such a big difference when you run this track. If you're on the inside like this, it throws your line going off into the corner, like going on the low side. It throws you off so much. You really have to practice that because it's a big difference from being out at the wall than being a lane lower, not trying to come up on somebody, even though you're trying to run the bottom anyways. I nearly got the wall, but that was a really good 1 and 2. I cleared them there. Actually, that only took about 5 laps. No, 3 laps. 2.5, 3, 4, something like that. I thought it took a lot longer. But I actually started catching them a little bit because they started having problems. What happened with this 6 car? 6 car was up to 3rd at this point. He smacked the wall somewhere. And that really messed up his momentum a ton. He was getting some good runs there in 1 and 2. Wow. The outside of the 3. 3 cars sliding up. Doesn't get into him at all. Good, clean racing. Where does the 6 car get the wall? He really hit the wall in 3 and 4. He really screwed himself. Right there? Yeah, back in, came around a little bit too much. Oh, no, not there. Okay, maybe the next lap. He was getting really risky with it, though. 3 car had a huge run. Tried to throw a slider, but they didn't have quite enough room. ran the low side. Is this where he fucked up? I honestly don't even know. I know he hit the wall somewhere in 3 and 4. I just don't know what freaking lap. I know he was on the outside, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he went back to the outside after running the low side. Probably because he skimmed the wall and he got scared. And then his backing clips it, fronting comes around. Ooh, it about turned him all the way around. That would have been really bad for the 5 car. But he actually ended up getting back around the 5. He was pretty quick overall. Like, this was a very fast field overall. Like, everyone was fast. But he ended up having a really good run on the 5. Actually able to get by him on the bottom clean as well. Had a really good 1 and 2. 5 had a really good 1 and 2 on the top. Was it here where he cleared him? Yeah, he just comes up. Oh, no, not that lap. Okay. I thought he just came up and the 5 checks up. I know he came up off of 4, cleared him. He definitely still has a ton of momentum, but the 5 has to go to the low side. He hasn't ran the low side all race from what I saw in front of me. But let's go, what the hell happened between the 11 and the 9? The 11 was kind of by himself for the most part. Unless it was the very beginning. The hell happened there? Okay, that's where the 9 and the 8 got together. What happened? They're 3 wide. 11 car gets kind of sucked into him. Oh, we hit the wall. Ah, I got you. That's what happened. Was the 8 car the one talking about him? I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue. Why did he come back in the pits though? Oh no, that was him leaving the pits. Okay, I was very confused. Did he ever get into the 9 though again? Like, was he ever near him? Honestly, I have no clue. Like, he was so sideways in that backstretch, he went low way too early, smacked the wall, and it just sent him up the track. I don't think he was ever really near anybody again. Oh, at the end there. Oh, that makes sense. Let's see if this was intentional or not. I don't think so, from what he was saying. At least he said he wasn't. But he's finishing out the lap. Oh, he just started braking and it took him left. But at the same time, you don't just start braking at the end of the race for that reason. That exact reason. Like, when the race is over, I just let off, kind of coast around, try not to get hit by anybody, and try not to run into anybody else. Because some people will just nail the brakes and you got to miss them. I like to actually get around a good half of the track before I stop, just because I don't want anybody running into me. So that was a fun race. Wish I had a better starting spot. I messed up my qualifying like drastically. That made me start all the way in the back. We are car number 2, finishing 7th out of 12. Definitely gonna lose some iRating for this one. So let's go see what we end up getting. All right, results are in. Strength of field was 34.27. That was a very high strength of field. I don't know on the dirt side when the last time I was in this high of a strength of field. Car number 1 had over 7,600 iRating. Damn. And I was number 2 at 4,100. About 42, getting close, but we lost 23. Not too bad for how high of a field this was. I actually had the fastest lap. Damn. Nice. Good on me. I'm surprised by that, to be honest, because I was so far in the back. But I guess I had a little bit of room at that time, lap 5. And I ran the bottom good enough. I wish I would have done that in qualifying. If I would have done that in qualifying, 588, that would put me at least 5th. I would take that. I think I would have had like a top 3 time though with my first lap if I didn't hit that inside wall, damn it. But I really screwed up in qualifying. Qualifying what really messed me up overall. Because if I could have done this time, would have been 2nd. If I just would have done this time in the race, would have been 5th. I would have taken that because I think I could have ran up in the top 4 or 5 all race, if not top 3. Because I had some speed there, for sure. But 1 car just ran away with it. He was running that bottom so well. 3 car had a good fight for him the first few laps. And then the 1 car was just so consistent. Like, very consistent, right along the bottom. Just never got off of it and just ripped the bottom and got away from everybody. It's definitely the fastest way around if you can make it work. But it gets very slicked off and it's very easy to hit the walls down there. As you saw, I did it a couple times. So appreciate you guys for watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race nonetheless, because it was a pretty competitive race overall through the whole field. Everyone was pretty quick. And if you guys do this race later in the week, let me know how it goes, and I will catch you guys in the next race.